know I take a long time to upload these ranking videos, but it takes time. Like, especially with lists that have like a ton of platinums, it takes a ton of time to rank every single one and then calculate the points. But I'm sorry, and also for your peace of mind, I'm not thinking of finishing this series anytime soon. Now, you guys should be pretty familiar in how this works. If you're not, then go watch my previous video. It's like literally right at the start. Now, before we begin, I made a boo-boo in the last video with Assassin's Creed 3. I didn't realize that the different difficulties was because one was the original and the other was a remastered version. Shame on me, I know. So Lord Coalhouse is assigned an extra point. That's on me. That's my bad. You may also notice that I changed the leaderboard a bit. That's because this one is more relevant to the overall theme of the channel. Also, between the last video and now, as you guys know, I've been working on my PS3 backlog. If you don't know, then you should probably go and watch that video. I'll leave the link down below. And I managed to platinum a fair few games. Brace yourselves. Here we go. First, I platinum Need for Speed Most Wanted on the PS3. Shout out to the Scottish Snob for helping me out. This is a 6 out of 10, so worth 3 points. I then platinum GTA 5. Shout out to Mr. Z for helping me with some of the trophies. And a massive shout out to Nutty Boy 69420 for getting me to level 100 with those dank modding skills. This is a 4 out of 10, so worth 2 points. Then I went ahead and platinum Saints Row 4 as well. This is a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point. I also platinum Crisis 3. Shout out to Netsblocker, Blaskowitz 6, and Avenger from the boosting group on PSN Profiles for their help. This is a 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points. And finally, I platinum Batman Arkham Asylum, which is a 6 out of 10 and worth 3 points, which in total is 11 points, which pumps me up to 115.5 points. If you guys want to see my thoughts on this journey, be sure to subscribe because I'll be doing a video in it pretty soon. I just have a couple more games to platinum to completely clear the backlog of the PS3, and then I'll be working on that video. Not gonna lie, feels good clearing up my backlog. All right, all the boasting and, you know, updates is all clear from my side. My ego is big enough, so let's get on with the video, but not before dropping my beat. Now, our first list is from Kane Z7. Praise the sun. Ah, yes, a man of culture indeed. He's one of my amazing patrons and the top poster in the, let's call it the research channel in my Discord. Thank you for your amazing service, by the way. There's a lot of research material. Anyway, although it says Kane Z7 hails from the USA, he actually hails from Brazil, where, you know, a lot of great things come from. Kane's account is from way back in the day when trophies first appeared in 2008. So we have a veteran account here. He has amassed a total of 333 platinums. Oh, so satisfying. Which means he obtains an average of 25.6 platinums a year. Oh yeah, we do maths in this channel now. Anyway, Kane also has some hidden trophies in his profile. I heard from some reliable sources that he was a special platinum trophy agent back in his younger years, and these hidden trophies are evidence of such. Can't really say any more, or else I'd have to kill you. So instead, let's start the ranking. Alrighty, so as always, let's organize this into alphabetical order and into platinums only, because that's what we want. Now I'm going to change the format a little bit in this video. I'm going to do the rankings by page rather than go through every single game, because the amount of lists I've done, I'm sure you guys are sick of me repeating the same game over and over and over again. But don't worry, any games of interest, I'll obviously single out and talk about them. We start off with a cheeky stack here with 36 Fragments of Midnight, Adventures of Mana, and A Plague Tale Innocence. These are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Then we have A Rose in Twilight, which is a 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points. Access Denied, Amnesia Memories, and Arcade Game Series, Miss Pac-Man are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown is a 7 out of 10 and worth 3 points. Asphalt Injection is a 3.5 out of 10, but I'm going to judge it as a 4 out of 10 because the trophy list doesn't actually look that easy. Moving on, we have what I can only assume is an Atelier series. I'm not familiar with the game, so I can't say for sure. What I do know is that the names of all these games are incredibly long. Now, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, Atelier Firis, The Alchemist and the Mysterious Journey, Atelier Riser, Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout, and Atelier Sophie, Alchemist of the Mysterious Book are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Assassin's Creed 3 is a 6 out of 10, so it's worth 3 points because it's the the PS3 version. Assassin's Creed 4 and then Atelier Lydie and Swell, The Alchemist and the Mysterious Paintings are a 4 out of 10, so these are worth 2 points each. Astro's Playroom, Atelier Riser, Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy, Atelier Shally, Alchemist of the Dusk Sea, and back in 1995, by the way, there's a cheeky stack there if you scroll down a bit, are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. And then avoid them, Breakthrough Gaming Arcade is a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Moving on, we can see a game that's always a win in my books. Making me proud, man. Anyway, Baseball Breakthrough Gaming Arcade, Black and White Bushido, and Burly Minute C are a 1 out of 10, so worth no points. Bastion and Bloodborne are a 7 out of 10 and worth 3 points each. Bioshock and Borderlands are a 4 out of 10, and Burnout Paradise is a 5 out of 10, so these are all worth 2 points each. Birthday of Midnight, Blue Reflection, and Broken Age are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Then Blasting Agent Ultimate Edition, Bridge Constructor, Brotherhood United, and Butter and Friends Babysitter Sim are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Next we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare. This is a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is a 6 out of 10 and worth 3 points. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered and Code Vein are a 5 out of 10. And then Color Guardians and Control are a 4 out of 10. So these are worth 2 points each. I don't see Code Vein in a lot of lists, so well done in getting it platinumed. Castle Pals, Christmas Break, and Code Realize, Guardian of Rebirth are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. And then Chickens on the Road and Concept Destruction are a 1 out of 10, so worth no points of course. Now here we see a great complete collection in the Dark Souls series. Always a pleasure to see. Well done. Now Criminal Girls 2 is a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point. Criminal Girls Invite Only is a 5 out of 10. And then Darksiders and Dead or Alive 5 Last Round are a 4 out of 10. So these are worth 2 points each. Cyber Dimension Neptunia 4 Goddesses Online. You love games that have incredibly long names, don't you? Daggerhood, Dante's Inferno, Day of the Tentacle Remastered, and Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Venus, a lot of titties here I assume, are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Let me just say, Dante's Inferno was a great game, and it was also really underrated. For you guys that didn't play it, it was like the old God of War gameplay, but your weapon was either a scythe or a cross. You had both the good and evil path. The boss battles were awesome, and the areas were just amazing. It's during the Crusade era, and you play the whole game in hell. It's so good. And now that I see companies remastering and remaking games left, right, and center, I hope that this is on the cards. Here's to hoping. Anyway, Dark Souls and Dark Souls Remastered are of course an 8 out of 10. Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin is a 6 out of 10. And Dark Souls 3 is a 7 out of 10. So these are all worth 3 points each. Next, we can see yet another complete collection in the Dead Space series. And not only that, a goddamn Demon Souls stack. Ah, man! So, Dead Space and Dead Space 3 are a 5 out of 10. Then Demon Glaze Global Edition is a 4 out of 10, so these are worth 2 points each. Dead Space 2 is your free ticket to the God tier, my friend, because this bad boy is a 9 out of 10 and worth 4 points. Yes! You know, the more lists we do, the more I see that a lot of people have 9 out of 10s, and that God tier is probably going to be filled up pretty fast. I'm going to have to think of something to do after all the 10 slots have been occupied. Anyway, well done, dude. Very impressive. And Dead Space Rush is a 1 out of 10, so worth no points. Delta Squad, Derachine, and Devious Dungeon, which again, if we move down a bit, we see some more cheeky stacks, are a 2 out of 10, so worth half a point each. Demetrius and Demon Gaze 2 are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. And then Demon Souls on the PS3 is an 8 out of 10, and on the PS5 is a 7 out of 10, so these are worth 3 points each. Well done. Moving on, we have Devious Dungeon 2, Doom, and Energy Invasion, which are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Disgaea 3, Absence of Detention, has a couple of mixed opinions, but it's essentially a 3-pointer. Then Disgaea 3, Absence of Justice, is a 6 out of 10. And then Disgaea 4, A Promise Unforgotten, is an 8 out of 10, so these are all worth 3 points each. Donut Break, Drowning, and Energy Cycle are a 1 out of 10, so worth no points. Dust and Elysian Tales are 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points. Dying Reborn is a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point. And Energy Balance is a 4 out of 10, like we decided on a previous video. As we move on, we see a very impressive amount of Final Fantasy games. Just the fact you platinum Final Fantasy X instantly makes you one of my favorites. Right, Fairy Tail and Football Breakthrough Gaming Arcade are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy X, and 13 are a 5 out of 10 and worth 2 points each. Far Cry 5, 5, Far Cry New Dawn, Final Fantasy 7, and Final Fantasy 15 are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Final Fantasy X-2 is a 6 out of 10 and worth 3 points. And Forma 8 is a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Next is Foxyland, Full Throttle Remastered, and Gem Smashers, which are a 2 out of 10, so worth half a point each. Foxyland 2, God of War 3, and Gravity Rush 2 are a 3 out of 10, so worth 1 point each. Full Blast, Game of Thrones, and Grim Fandango Remastered are a 1 out of 10, so worth no points. Galgun Double Peace, and both the Gravity Rush versions are a 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points each. Next is Guacamole and Hitsanu Miku Project Diva F. They're a 4 out of 10. And then Hotline Miami is a 5 out of 10. So these are all worth 2 points each. Gone Crazy, Hentai vs. Evil, and Heroes Trials are a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Halloween Candy Break, Hitman Go, and Hoggy 2 are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Horizon Zero Dawn and Hyper Devotion Noir Goddess Blackheart are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. And Hatol # Nick the Firefly Diary, the hell kind of name is that? Is a 7 out of 10 and worth 3 points. Alright, now, here we have an impressive amount of Hyperdimension games. I can only assume this is a collection since I've never played it. Anyway, Hyperdimension Neptunia is a 5 out of 10, and then Hyperdimension Neptunia PP and Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2 are a 4 out of 10, so these are all worth 2 points each. Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1 and 3 V Generation, I Am Hero, and Immortals Phoenix Rising are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Then Hyperdimension Neptunia U Action Unleashed, Icy, In Rays of Light, and Inksplosion. By the way, once again, if we scroll down, there's a cheeky little stack there again. Cheeky boy. Are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. And that concludes the ridiculously long names. For now, anyway. Then next we have Jack and Jill DX, Job Simulator, Lara Croft Go, and Legends of Talia Arcadia, which are a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Like you had a bit of a easy platinum binge there. Jack and Daxter The Precursor Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 3, and League of Evil are a 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points each. Legends of War Pattern and Lego Marvel Superheroes Universe in Peril are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Little Adventure on the Prairie is a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point. And again, you guessed it, if you scroll down a little bit, there's a cheeky another stack there. And moving on, we have Miles Morales, but not Spider-Man. Why? Anyway, Loot Hero DX is a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Mafia 2 and Metagal are a 4 out of 10, and then Metro Exodus is a 5 out of 10. So these are worth 2 points each. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Mecho Tales, Mega Tasmension Blank, and Neptune vs. Zombies. My god, what is it with these damn names? And Micetopia are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Mecha Wars Desert Ashes doesn't have a difficulty rating, but from the gameplay and the look of the list itself, I'd say it's a 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points. As always, if you guys disagree, let me know down in the comments. Metro 2033 Redux and Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Now, in this page, we can see that galore. So Midnight Deluxe is a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point. Milo's Quest, Mochi Mochi Boy, and Mr. Masaji are a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Mirror's Edge is an 8 out of 10 and worth 3 points. Mix-Ups by Powie is a 1 out of 10 if the guide is used, but like I always say, I'm not going to ask people how they get their platinums, which means that it's a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point. Mo Chronicles is a 3 out of 10 and also worth 1 point. Then Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom is a 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points. Next up, we can see a variety of things, like the Meme Platinum stack, the Neo 2 stack. This is impressive, by the way, and one of the best games of this generation. Very nice. We start off with My Name is Mayo, My Name is Mayo 2, and One Word by Powie, which are a 1 out of 10 worth no points. Nelky and the Legendary Alchemists, Telliers of the New World, not only is a hell of a massive name, it's also a 2 out of 10. Keep in mind I couldn't find any guides for it, just a poll. So again, if you guys disagree, let me know down below. Knights of Azure 2, Bridge of the New Moon, and Orc Slayer are also 2 out of 10, so these are worth half a point each. Nier Automata and Oceanhorn Monster of Uncharted Seas are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Knights of Azure is a 4 out of 10, and then Neo and Neo 2 are a 5 out of 10, so these are all worth 2 points each. And then next is Ninja Uzagimaru, Two Tales of Adventure. Now, I've never heard of this game before, but apparently this is a 9 out of 10 as well. So very well done. You have here another god tier platinum. Alrighty, moving down, we have Peasant Knight. I think that would be my field name if I was ever a knight back in the day. Anyway, this, Planet Rix 13, Pretty Girls Klondike Solitaire, Prince of Persia, Project Starship, and Racing Breakthrough Gaming Arcade are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Project Starship X and Rage 2 are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. And then Ragnarok Odyssey is a 7 out of 10 and worth 3 points. Next up is Ratchet and Clank, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Resistance Burning Skies, which are all a 2 out of 10 worth half a point each. The Ratchet & Clank Remake, Ratchet & Clank 2 and 3 are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Red Bow is a 1 out of 10, so worth no points. Resident Evil 2 is a 6 out of 10, like we agreed on the previous video. And then Returnal is an 8 out of 10, so these are worth 3 points each. Resident Evil 3 is a 4 out of 10, like we agreed on the previous video, and so is Resident Evil 5. And then Resistance 2 is a 5 out of 10, so these are worth 2 points each. Next up is Rise of the Tomb Raider, Rogue Aces, and Severed, which are a 4 out of 10. And then Salt and Sanctuary is a 5 out of 10, so these are worth 2 points each. Road Bustle and Sakura Succubus 3 are at a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Then here is another, one of my favorite games of all time, Sekiro. This is a 7 out of 10. And then Sacred 2 Fallen Angel is an 8 out of 10, so these are worth 3 points each. Senran Kagura Bon Appetit, Senran Kagura Shinobi Versus, and Rush Rover are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. And then Senran Kagura Estival Versus is a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point. Moving on down, we have Shadow of the Loot Box, Shantae Half Genie Hero, and Sorcery Saga Curse of the Great Curry God, which are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Sound Shapes are a 5 out of 10, and Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves and Soul Calibur 4 are 4 out of 10. These are worth 2 points each. Siggy, A Fart for Melusina, Sly 2 Band of Thieves and Sly Cooper and the Thieves Raccoonus are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point. And then of course Slide and Snake Boat or Terrific Arcade are a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Now here we can see a nice complete Spyro collection. I think pretty much every trophy hunter has the Spyro trilogy. Anyway, Space Breakthrough Gaming Arcade, Spyro the Dragon, Square Boy vs. Bullies. Hell yeah, Square Boy, get those bullies. Super Boxland DMake and Super Destronaut DX are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Spiral Splatter on the Vita is a 5 out of 10 and worth 2 points. And Spiral Splatter on the PS4, Spyro 2 and 3, and Super Neptunia RPG are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. And Storm Boy is a 1 out of 10, so worth no points. Next, we start with Super Weekend Mode and Super Dimension Neptune versus Sega Hard Girls. These are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Wonder how hard these girls are, really. Super Willu D-Make, Sushi Break, Syrup and the Ultimate Sweet, and Tales from the Borderlands are all a 1 out of 10 and absolutely worthless. Taco 10 and Tetris Escape are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. And then Tesla Grad is a 5 out of 10 and worth 2 points. Now, the Count Lucanor is actually a 2.5 out of 10, but after looking at the trophies, it looks like half a pointer. As always, any objections, let me know down in the comments. Then Skyrim and Trine are a 5 out of 10, and Trinity Universe is a 4 out of 10, so these are worth 2 points each. The Liar Princess and the Blind Prince, not a very good combination for the prince. And Twin Robots are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Yoda 1886 and Tomb Raider Definitive Edition are 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. The Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, and The World of Noobler are a 1 out of 10 and worth no points, of course. Touhou Double Focus, I couldn't actually find any guides. I'm going to sign as a 2-pointer. Again, objections, let me know down below. Same goes for Touhou Genso Wanderer, which again, I'm going to judge it as a 2-pointer. Then Trine 2 is a 1 out of 10, so worth no points. Next up, we can see the complete Uncharted collection. Very, very nice. It's even got stacks. So Uncharted 2, 3, Drake's Fortune Remastered, Golden Abyss, and Virtua Tennis 4 are a 5 out of 10. Then Uncharted 4 and Valkyrie Driver, Bikuni are a 4 out of 10. So these are all worth 2 points each. Uncharted Drake's Fortune, The Lost Legacy, Valkyria Chronicles, and Valkyrie Chronicles 4 are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Then Undertale and Wanted Core are a 2 out of 10, so worth half a point each. And then to finish off this very impressive list, we of course have some titles that I have no idea how to read. Anyway, Wheels of Aurelia, Zoropchan Invasion, and all 3 of the unreadable games are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Wolfenstein The New Order is a 6 out of 10 and worth 3 points. Wolfenstein The Old Blood is a 5 out of 10, so worth 2 points. Wonder Boy Asher in Monster World doesn't actually have a trophy guide, so I had a look at the trophies and it doesn't seem to be hard at all. I'll rank it as a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point. Of course, you know what to do if you disagree. And finally, X-Blaze Code Embryo, Yoamari Night Alone, and Zombie Army 4 Dead War are 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. So as we can see, Kane has stacked up a total of 355.5 points. And as we can see here from his chart, he platinums mostly easy games. You do have a lot of easy stacks for sure, but you also have some pretty impressive games like the Dark Souls collection, and of course the 2 9 out of 10s, which gives you a spot in the God tier in second place. Very nice. Next we have Facepalmer 93, one of my recent patrons. He's in all the popular trophy hunting discords. By most popular, I mean just the ones I'm familiar with. Smoke me a kipper, I will have that trophy by breakfast. Now that is poetry. Definitely a quote from a trophy hunter. This man hails from the UK. I'm going to take a wild guess and say from England, the country where it almost came home, but ended up being abducted to Rome. Actually, shortly after this, I found out that Facepalmer is actually from Scotland. So he's probably happy it didn't come home anyway. Facepalmer has a total of 235 platinums, a very impressive number. He popped his first trophy in 2014, so we have a 7-year-old account here, which means he platinums an average of 33.5 platinums a year. Now let's get down to business and see the quality of said platinum. Starting off, we have, oh, look at that. It doesn't start with 36 Fragments of Midnight. Looks promising already. Anyway, 1111 Memories Untold, Arcade Game Series, Pac-Man, and Astro's Playroom are 2 out of 10, so worth half a point each. 112 Seed, Adam's Ventures Origins, and Balance a Lot are 1 out of 10 and worth no points. 36 Fragments of Midnight, A Hat in Time, and Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX are 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Aya is a 1.5 out of 10, but I'll judge it as a half a pointer. As always, any objections, let me know in the comments. Arcade Classics Anniversary Collection doesn't have a trophy guide, but looking at the gameplay and the trophy list, I'll judge it as a 1 pointer. I remember retro games back in the day weren't that easy. You know, they had to do something in order for you to keep putting coins in the machines. But of course, any objections, let me know. Then Bastion is a 7 out of 10 and worth 3 points. Next up is Batman: The Enemy Within, Batman: The Telltale Series, Bouncy Bullets, Burly Men at Sea, and Chickens on the Road, which are 1 out of 10, so worth no points. Bird Game Plus, Birthday of Midnight, Bucket Night, Bug Snacks, Castle Pals, and Clash Force are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Bloodborne is of course a 7 out of 10 and worth 3 points. So good. Brotherhood United is a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered is a 5 out of 10 and worth 2 points. Next up, we can see a nice platinum trilogy here with a Crash Bandicoot. Alright, so Conan Exiles and Crash Bandicoot are a 7 out of 10, and then Crash 2 is a 6 out of 10, so these are worth 3 points each. Concept Destruction is a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Concrete Genie is a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point. Then Control, Crash Bandicoot Warped, and Days Gone are a 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points. And then Cross Crush, Daggerhood, Dark Knights with Poe and Munro, and Day of the Tentacle Remastered are a 2 out of 10, so worth half a point each. Next up is Deponia, Dark Souls Plus, Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary World Tour, and Energy Cycle Edge, which are a 2 out of 10, so worth half a point each. Desert Child, Destroy All Humans, and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot are a 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points each. Destroy All Humans with an exclamation mark, Detroit Become Human, and Energy Invasion are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Destruction All Stars is a 6 out of 10 and worth 3 points. And then Donut County, Drowning, and Energy Cycle are a 1 out of 10, so worth no point. Okay, so straight from the bat, I can see Fall Guys here. Now I know a few months back there was a glitch to be able to get a certain trophy that would make getting the platinum a lot easier. Quite honestly, I don't care. Whatever the rank it is on PSN profiles, that's what I will rank it. Now I'm sure there's going to be people in the comments who are like, you're not really ranking these things properly if you're not seeing how people get every single trophy. And to you I say, it takes me long enough to rank every single platinum in a list. If I'm going to go after people and ask them how they're going to get certain trophies, or if I'm going to research every single game to check for exploits, glitches, boosting, I don't know what else is out there, I'd never release a video. Yeah, let me spend 15 hours before I edit a video just to make sure that I'm ranking it properly in a ranking system that has the same value as the pixel I'm ranking. All right, rant/explanation over. So first off, we have Erica, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, Foxyland 2, which are all a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Explosive Jake, Foxyland, Freddy Spaghetti, and Full Throttle are a 2 out of 10, so worth half a point each. Fall Guys is our very first ever 10 out of 10. Well done, Facepalmer. I'm sure a ton of other people have this platinum now, but Facepalmer is officially the first one on the channel. Very impressive, even though you probably exploited it. Let me know if you didn't though. But this is worth 5 points and is of course your free ticket to the God tier. Oh boy, here come the salty nerds. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a 5 out of 10 and worth 2 points. And then Full Blast is a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. And if we scroll down a bit, we see a cheeky stack here, also worth nothing. Moving on, we have Funny Truck, Game of Thrones, and Gun Crazy, which are a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Gem Smashers, Gree, Guns, Gore, and Cannoli 2, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, Hymno, and Hitman Go Definitive Edition, all are 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Ghost of Tsushima, Heavy Rain, and Horizon Zero Dawn are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. And Goat Simulator is a 5 out of 10, and God of War is a 4 out of 10, so these are worth 2 points each. Next we have Horn Knight and Infamous Second Son, which are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Infamous First Light, Jak 3, Jak and Dax of the Precursor Legacy, and Jak X Combat Racing are a 4 out of 10, and then Jak 2 is a 5 out of 10. So these are all worth 2 points each. Inksplosion, Iroh Hero, and Iron Snout are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. And then Jak and Jill DX is a 1 out of 10 and worth no point. Again, straight from the bat, we can see Spider-Man has a stack, and the second one was platinumed in 3 seconds. That has to be a world record, right? For anyone who desires to be a keyboard warrior, please refer to my Fall Guys statement before you do so. Now, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points. Lara Croft Go, Life is Strange, Loot Hero DX, and Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series, are a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Late Shift is a 1.5 out of 10, but I'll judge it as a 2 out of 10 because from what I could see, there's a few misspulls and whatnot. As always, any objections, let me know down below. Life is Strange 2, Life is Strange Before the Storm, and Man-Eater are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Alright, so Maquette doesn't have a rating. I had a little look at how hard it could potentially be to get, and it gave me a bit of the Witness vibes, but it didn't seem like it was as hard as that. I think my final decision is going to be a 3 out of 10, but as always, if you disagree, let me know down below. And then Marvel Spider-Man is, of course, a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point. Moving on, we have Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Medieval, Mecha Bolt, and Midnight Deluxe, which are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Mass Effect, Mass Effect 2, and Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor are 3 out of 10 worth 1 point each. Metagal is a 4 out of 10, and then Midway Arcade Origins is a 5 out of 10, so these are worth 2 points each. Then Marlo's Quest and Mochi Mochi Boy are a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. And again, if we scroll down, there's a cheeky extra stack here. Now in this next section, I see a couple of things that make me happy, but also something that makes me sad. Why haven't you platinumed the other Storm game? They're so much better than this one. Why? Anyway, Mortal Kombat 11 is a 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points. My Name is Mayo, and My Name is Mayo 2 are of course no pointers. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, Newtonian Inversion, One Escape, One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows, and Operation Tango are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Nier Automata is of course a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point. Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 is another game without a ranking or even a guide. So again, I had a look at the trophy list. It's pretty straightforward, where you mostly just have to participate in the events. I'll give it a 3 out of 10 just because they're online trophies. Again, objections, let me know down below. And then Onrush is a 6 out of 10 and worth 3 points. Next up is Oxenfree. This is a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Peasant Knight, Pinkman Plus, Prehistoric Dude, Project Starship, Ratchet and Clank, and Rift Apart are all a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Plague Inc. Evolved is a 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points. Planet of the Eyes is actually a 1.5 out of 10, but looking at the trophies, it looks more like a 2 out of 10. Again, you know what to do. Radius Squid, Ratchet and Clank Remake, and Red Death are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Next up, we have Riff Raccoon and Skate Master Checo, which are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Road Bustle and Robo Zaro are no pointers, of course. Rocket League, Rush Over, Scheming Through the Zombie Apocalypse, The Beginning, Sea of Solitude, Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection, Skyscrapers, and Sly 2 Band of Thieves are 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Classics and Shadow of the Beast are a 4 out of 10 and worth 2 points each. And then Shadow of the Colossus is a 6 out of 10 and worth 3 points. Moving on down, we have Sly Cooper and the Phoebus Raccooners, Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, Spyro the Dragon, Suicide Guy Sleeping Deeply, Super Destronaut DX, and Super Destronaut DX 2, which are all a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. And if we scroll down, we see yet another stack. Cheeky. Slide and Stormboy are 1 out of 10, so worth no points. And then Snakey Bus, Spyro 2, Spyro 3, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, and Subnautica are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. We then have Super Destronaut Land Wars, Super Willy D-Mate, Taco-Tan, Tales from the Borderlands, and Telling Lies, which are 1 out of 10 and worth no points. Tamiku, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and Terminator Resistance are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. Then Task Force Campers, Tekken 7, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and Terminator Salvation are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. And finally, Teslagrad is a 5 out of 10, so worth 2 points. Moving down again, we have Tetris Escape, The Deadly Tower of Monsters, The Last of Us Part 2, The Mark of Kree, and The Order 1886, which are all a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. The Bunker, The Gardens Between, The Moose Man, The Sexy Brutal, and The Shape-Shifting Detective are a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point each. And The Complex and The Little Acre are a 1 out of 10 and worth no points. And The Last of Us Remastered is a 4 out of 10, so worth 2 points. So moving on down, we can see that Space Palm has platinum the whole Walking Dead collection. Very nice, just not for this ranking because The Walking Dead and The New Frontier are worth no points, as is The Wolf Among Us and The World of Nubla. And The Walking Dead The Final Season is a 2 out of 10, so worth half a point. And so is Twin Robot. This War of Mine, the Little Ones, is a 5 out of 10 and worth 2 points. Thunderpaw and Trover Saves the Universe are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. And then Titanfall 2 is a 6 out of 10 and worth 3 points. And then to finish off this, no doubt, list that people are gonna bitch about, we have Uncharted Remastered Trilogy, which are all a 5 out of 10, and then 0000 is a 4 out of 10. These are worth 2 points each. Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Void Gore, Wreckfest, and Zero's Strain are a 3 out of 10 and worth 1 point each. Until Dawn is a 2 out of 10 and worth half a point. Watam and Without Escape are a 1 out of 10 and worth absolutely nothing. And finally, WWE 2K20 is a 6 out of 10 and worth 3 points. In total, Facepalmer has amassed a total of 198 points. You can see from his chart, he platinums mostly easy games. No doubt this list had a lot of easy platinums. It also had a lot of games with no guides, which made me have to look in other places. You made me work for this list, that's for sure. There are also impressive platinums in this list, like Bloodborne, the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, and whether it was genuine or not, Fall Guys is still impressive nonetheless. It also places him in the God tier in 5th place. Shut up, trolls. Nobody cares. We had a couple of very nice lists here. Thank you, of course, guys, for submitting your lists to keep the series going. I hope you guys enjoyed this new format and the new leaderboard design. I changed it up a bit because I think it matches the theme a bit more. And of course, if you want to see your list ranked, send it over to me on Patreon, Discord, or down below in the comments. And that was it for this one, Farruski Clan. Catch you guys on the next one. GuyFarruski out.